Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So it's November, and if you've been around my channel for longer than 11 months, then you may remember that November is typically indie month on my channel. As you might have noticed, I haven't uploaded a single video for indie month this year. I honestly have been so busy with work and with having my boyfriend's kids on our days off that I did kind of let my channel fall to the wayside a little bit, hence why there's been quite a few weeks where I've uploaded like a single video or none at all. However, I am trying to re-lock in, as you may have noticed with my upload frequency, which has been improving in the last few weeks. It's just been a little bit difficult because of scheduling and everything, but that's neither here nor there. What this has to do with Indie Month is the fact that I actually didn't even remember it was Indie Month until like halfway through the month, November 16th to be specific. So there wasn't tons of time to collect a lot of game footage and do a long form video. Which I have done in the past. I didn't have tons of time to like normally I plan my indie month content in like the summertime and then I do it for like November. But this year I was just like so busy I didn't really plan anything. But that also brings me to my other point, is that honestly it kind of feels like every month is now indie month on my channel, because with my Let's Plays and everything I almost exclusively cover indie games. So I decided I wanted to like honor my original indie month by doing this video talking about some of my favorite indie games I've played on the channel and a couple off the channel and some that I'm looking forward to playing soon. That way I can still kind of honor the month and everything and give you guys a little bit of an update as to why things are taking so long, while also not breaking my back trying to make a bunch of videos I know I don't have time to make. Most of my videos are pretty heavily scripted, but at the risk of rambling, I'm going to kind of try to talk from the heart about these games, just because I think that's the best way to do it, and also I'm kind of trying to move away from really heavily scripting, just so I can maybe learn to ramble less, but I don't know, I digress. The first game I wanted to talk about was Undertale. So Undertale I did play on the channel, and I had tons of fun playing it. And the reason why I wanted to highlight this game was because, as most of you may know, it's very good. There's a reason it's as popular as it is, and it has been for so long. But the reason why I wanted to talk about Undertale specifically was because I really, really enjoyed gaming when I was a kid. I really liked playing Final Fantasy with my mom, and I really liked Kingdom Hearts and like those kinds of games. And as I kind of got older, I kind of lost time for gaming. And because I lost time for gaming, I lost a little bit of like the magic of gaming. I always felt like rushed, and I never felt like I had time to like really sit down and enjoy a game. So I kind of like, I kept playing games, but I never felt like that like love and like connection that I felt with like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and Rune Factory and all of these games that I played when I was a kid, and like I really just like loved them. So playing Undertale was really, really special to me, because it was like the first game in like a really, really long time that I played that like I felt like I loved it. Like every time I picked it up, like I had so much fun with the characters and the world and like the conflict at the center. I loved the gameplay. I loved the mechanics of being able to spare or kill things and like having the choice. I just loved everything about it, and it made me like feel that spark again. And it was such a great moment for me as like a gamer, and like knowing that like, you know, just because you're an adult and you have all these responsibilities and you're busier and you don't have time, like you can still feel that joy that you felt as a child doing things that you loved. So it was just like very special to me, and like Undertale will always have a really special place in my heart because of that reason, even though I didn't really grow up with it as much as like other people did. But yeah, and also just the characters are great. Like I love Sans, I love Papyrus, like all of them are just very, very well written. Like I did talk about them for hours when I played the game. But yeah, so that's Undertale, and I'm very excited to keep playing Deltarune once I finish up Silksong. But yeah, that's kind of Undertale. I won't like go too in depth about the game itself, because like I said, I did do a whole Let's Play of it, so I don't want to like go crazy or anything. So let's just move right along into the next game, which is Uri's Pedestal, which I also did a Let's Play of on the channel. Most of the ones I'm going to talk about, I did do a Let's Play of, because a lot of indie games that I really, really enjoyed, I did a Let's Play of either retroactively or like it was my first time experiencing it. But Pedestal was something I had never played before I played it on the channel, and it's a mystery. It's like I don't want to say a murder mystery, but it's kind of a murder mystery. It's really just like, it's about, you know, discovering like the secrets of like somebody's death and like the circumstances around it. But at its heart, it's a game about the truth and understanding the people around you, and how much you're willing to sacrifice of how you view people for the truth. Like how much you're willing to basically shatter your conception of someone in order to understand their true nature. It's kind of a mind fuck in that sense, where it's, you know, like people are very mysterious, and or you think you have a good understanding of them, but then you dig a little deeper and really they're not so mysterious, and or they're completely different from what you expected from preconceived notions. It's very, very interesting. It's very psychological and stuff like that. But the reason why I wanted to talk about Pedestal was because of one of the characters. I'm not going to go too in depth because I don't want to spoil the game, but one of the characters, Akari Abe, she is literally one of my favorite characters that I've experienced in a very long time, like almost ever. Just from a character writing standpoint, she is a phenomenally written character with just, she is so interesting, and everything they do with her character is just diabolical. Like, in the sense that she's one of those characters who you think that you understand, and then you learn more and more about her, and you kind of think, like, maybe I don't really understand her as much as I think I do. And then when you finally learn, like, the plot twist around her character, you kind of start to understand some things that happened earlier. And just her final scene in the game, just, she sticks with you for so long, because it's just so well done. Like, her twist is just so well done. And like, I'm rambling because I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to go too in depth, but she's just such a well-written character. It's one of those games that just sticks with you. Like, honestly, the closest experience I can like compare is Omori, in which, like, when I got to the true ending of Omori, like, the game ended, and like the game never left me. Like, I was thinking about it for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And Akari and Pedestal's ending of, like, the ending of Pedestal was the same way. Like, it ended and it just stuck with me, and I just could not like let it go. So that's Pedestal. The next one I want to talk about is Enroll, which I also played on the channel. I swear to God, there's going to be one on here that I didn't play on the channel. But Enroll I really, really loved. Enroll is another RPG maker game. I actually don't know if it's an RPG maker, but it is on VG Person's website. It's another, like, it's another adventure-esque kind of game. You kind of, like, you go around. It's kind of like an RPG. Not kind of, it is an RPG, but, yeah, I want to highlight Enroll just because it's kind of in the same way as Pedestal, whereas, unlike Pedestal, where, like, what really stuck with me for Pedestal was, like, one specific character, not saying that the other characters were bad and I didn't enjoy them, but with Enroll, on the other hand, like, the story writing for Enroll is phenomenal, but also the character writing for every character is just so well done. The amount of love and care that went into each ending and each character's relationship with Russell is just very, very well done. And again, the ending of Enroll it sticks with you. Like, every single variant, it just sticks with you. It's just a very good game. Again, I'm not going to spend too long talking about Enroll, because again, I did play the game on the channel, and, you know, I talked about it at length on there. Also, circling back to Pedestal really quick, but one of my viewers did make a video talking about Pedestal, and I watched it before they uploaded it, because I wanted to make sure that I thought it was good, because they mentioned my channel in it. But this is the video. I can't remember exactly the title as I'm recording the script, but we'll put it up on the screen right now. This is their video. It's an analysis on Pedestal. It is a very well-made video. It's really good, and if you don't have time to watch somebody play the whole game, or you don't want to play it yourself but you are interested in it, then they do a really, really good analysis of the game. So shout out to them. And that brings me to One Shot, which I also played on the channel. However, I don't recommend you watching my videos on One Shot because they're very old and I was not the best YouTuber when I made them. They're like, I'm pretty sure it was like my very first like Let's Play series was One Shot, so they're not the best. But One Shot is very unique in that One Shot's shining factor, or like shining thing that like I think is the best thing in the game, is the ability that it has to create a bond between you, the player, and the player character. Your relationship with Nico is literally the foundation of the game, and despite the fact that you know that Nico is not real, because, you know, you're playing a game, the game just does a phenomenal job of making you feel like Nico is a real person that you need to help at all costs. Also, the mechanics of the game in the way that it kind of like messes with your PC are also like really interesting, and they make you like feel really, really engaged. But at its heart, like, Nico is the reason why I'm highlighting One Shot. They're just a very, very well written character. They're very engaging. They're very sweet. It's like, it's very heartfelt, the moments you have with them. And also, One Shot Solstice, the, I don't remember if it's a DLC, it might be, but it's basically like a true ending almost to One Shot. Honestly, one of the best, like, true endings I've ever done. It's very, like, it's peak fiction. It's just peak fiction. And that brings me to the last game on my list, which is Ebe, which I have not played on the channel. So Ebe, I wanted to highlight. It is a, I actually don't know which one it was made in. I feel like it's a Wolf RPG Maker game, but I could be incorrect. I'm not too sure. I feel like it's not, because I feel like it doesn't look like any of the Wolf RPG Maker games that I've seen. So I actually don't know what engine it was made in. But Ebe is a game, it's on VG Person's website, and it follows a young girl who is at an art gallery, and she ends up getting teleported into like this weird alternate version of the art gallery. I wanted to talk about Ebe just because Ebe is kind of where this whole crazy journey began of like my fixation on like indie games and just like supporting indie creators and like just horror, and specifically like Japanese horror games. Yeah, like, my sister told me about it, I started playing it, I really, really liked it, and it honestly kind of unlocked, like, this new world for me as well with, like, the length of the game, because in my mind at that point, because I had played Ebe when I was very young, it was like, oh, if you play a game, like, you know, you, like, Final Fantasies are long, Kingdom Hearts games are, like, not as long, but relatively long, but, like, Ebe is literally, like, you play that in, like, a couple hours, like, a game, so it was kind of like realizing, oh, like a game doesn't need to be a month of your time, you know, like you can play like there's shorter games out there, and that like kind of helped too with like my crisis of my time, my whole like time crisis as I got older, which is why I really do love indie games now, because a lot of them are shorter, like not to say that there aren't ones that are really long, but they are shorter. And yeah, so Ebe was kind of where everything started. Like, that was one of the first indie games I played, so I just really wanted to highlight it just to say that, yeah, it was the OG. And yeah, that's the 5 that I wanted to highlight. That is by far not a super extensive list. There are plenty of other games that are really great. Some that I've played, some that I really want to play and I haven't gotten around to. But I did want to talk about some of the indie games I'm looking forward to playing in the future once I wrap up all the stuff that I've already started. The first one that comes to mind is Rain World. It was recommended to me by a coworker who knows that I like Hollow Knight and Silksong. So they were like, oh, have you ever played Rain World? And I was like, no. And somebody else actually did comment about Rain World on my channel as well. I do not remember what video they commented on, but they did ask me about it. So that was something I looked into, and it was something I was really, really excited about. So that's one that's kind of high up on my list. On the topic of Metroidvania type games, Tunic was one that I was really looking forward to as well. For no particular reason other than the fact that I just think it looks really, really cute. So I really do want to play it. Winter Burrow, I did a video on that game when the demo came out, and actually the full game released on my birthday, so on November 12th, so I am really excited to get into playing that game. I thought about buying it for myself for my birthday, but I ended up not doing that because I've gotten really into Riftbound lately, so I spent a lot of money on like the the booster box so I could build a Riftbound deck. But yeah, maybe next paycheck, Winterboro, maybe something I'd want to check out. I'm really excited. It's like a cozy game and like where you get to craft stuff, so I'm really excited about that. And then the last one that came to mind was the House of Fata Morgana, which I did plan to start after playing NSO, but I'm a little bit more hesitant about it now because it's my understanding that's a really long game, so I'd probably be playing it for a really long time, and if people don't like watching it on my channel, it'd probably not be the best. I don't know. But it was recommended to me by my brother, and I looked into it, and it looks really interesting. And my brother has literally never led me astray with game recommendations. Every time he recommends me something, it's always peak. So I really want to play that. And yeah, this is kind of not an extensive list because there are tons of games on my radar that I want to play, and lots of people have left me recommendations for games they want to see me play. So there's a lot, but those are just a few that I personally am like really looking forward to playing. And yeah, so this is kind of gonna be my indie month video for this month. Hopefully next year I am a little bit less silly and I actually plan something, but yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of all I have to say about updating you guys on what's going on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around. If this is your first indie month, then welcome. If this is your second or third, then thank you so much for just sticking around with the channel. I really do appreciate everybody who watches my videos and, you know, just supports me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.